Ray in Maryland. Go ahead, Ray.
Man, this is really difficult, dude.
That's what makes it good.
Yeah, I know. See, Ozzy was certainly on my radar first because Sabbath was one of my first bands. And Dio, clearly the better singer, especially live. I saw them both many times. And as far as the studio albums, they're actually pretty close. I think Dio did, I think I looked it up today, it was around 10. I think Dio did 10 and Ozzy did 13, so it's pretty close. I think Ozzy put out more live albums.
I was wondering about that. I was going to actually look that up during the break, but I figured that was about the amount. You're counting live or you're not counting live?
I'm not counting live. That's just studio albums. So
yeah, because Ozzy made 2 or 3 since Ronnie's been gone, so that's pretty equal, actually.
Exactly. Obviously, we're not getting anything new from Ronnie anytime soon. But, man, if I got to spend it on the island, I hate leaving a couple of those early Sabbath tables back home, and I hate leaving the album Diary of a Madman back home. But I think I'm going to spend it with Ronnie's voice, and I get a couple of extra bands. And I really don't want to pick between either one of them because Ozzy was such a huge part of my childhood and teen years. But I'm going to take Ronnie, and plus I like Wendy Dio, and Sharon Osbourne is a beep. So I'm going to go with Ronnie because he had better taste in women, too.
He sounds like a plan, Ray. Thank you. Where are we at on the tally right now, Joel?
Right now, Dio is doubling up Ozzy. It's 6-3.
Interesting. The whole thing that's interesting about this is hearing people's reasoning too. Not saying anybody's wrong or right. It's just interesting to hear the breakdown of this. Brian in Minnesota. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Ed. Thanks for taking my call, and great to follow Ray from Maryland. Anyways, I am going to go with Dio on this one. It's so close. I really didn't want to pick. In fact, I was up in the air going back and forth on who I was going to pick right until the moment that your call screener asked me, what's your pick? And I was forced almost at gunpoint to pick one. So I'm going with Dio on this one, but it's because of a couple of reasons, I guess. I preferred Dio-era Sabbath to Ozzy Sabbath, and though I probably prefer Ozzy solo just slightly over Dio solo. But again, that's so close. I mean, I could go either way just depending on the wind or the day. I saw Dio live 3 times.
So Brian, my question to you would be this, right? So if you, okay, so those are all valid points, right? So, okay, let's throw an X factor into your dilemma. Where do you land, and do you know, and do you care about, and do you like Rainbow with Dio?
I do.
Because if the answer to that is yes, and you love stuff like Rising and Stargazer and Long Live Rock and Roll and Man on Silver Mountain, then if it's such a dead heat, Sabbath solo, then the Rainbow factor, the Blackmore factor should put it over the top for you. I'm not trying to sway you. I'm just trying to figure out where that factor's factored in for you.
It does a little bit. Rainbow's probably my third favorite out of the 3 Dio groups. The order I would go would be Sabbath with Dio, Dio the band, and then Rainbow. But yes, I do enjoy Rainbow. In fact, I'm a vinyl collector. I also like CD though, so don't take that the wrong way. But I recently found a copy, finally, after a few years of looking at record shows, of Rainbow Rising on vinyl, and I was very, very happy to find it. So it was the first time that I really gave that album a deep listen, and so yeah, I do enjoy Rainbow. Like I was saying, I saw them both live. I've seen Ozzy twice, and I saw Ronnie 3 times. And the thing that tips it in Ronnie's favor on that is the first time I saw Ozzy was on the Osmosis tour in '96, and he was awesome. He was vintage Ozzy yet at that point. It was right before the TV show happened and all that crap. So he was the Ozzy that we all know and loved and remembered. Then I saw him in 2007 with Rob Zombie, and to be honest, Rob Zombie blew him off the stage that night. Ozzy cut his set short. He only did like an hour, and he was the headliner. He was the second act on. And Rob
so wait,
Zombie
Brian, hold on. I don't mean to stop you because this really isn't about live, and I got a ton of calls in another hour to get this verdict in. So your pick is Dio, right?
Yeah, my pick is Dio.
All right. I don't mean to cut you off, but we got too many calls. Thank you. I want to get to these other people. I mean, I appreciate Brian running down the live stuff if he's factoring that in, but it's not really relevant here because we're talking about you're stuck with this music. It's only one. It's about what you're listening to on whatever you're taking to the proverbial island, your turntable, your CD player, your what have you. Tell you this, in my defense of physical format CD, if you were stuck on a desert island, you'd be way better stuck with CDs than you would be with vinyl. It would last longer. It wouldn't warp in the heat. It wouldn't scratch as easily from the sand. The wind wouldn't blow the needle on the turntable. You don't have to worry about cleaning it, getting the sand in it. You just pull that little CD out, slide it in the player real quick, or close the lid or slide it in the slot, and you're good. So, okay, back to the phones. Here's Chris in New York next up. Go ahead, Chris.
I love Ray from Maryland's reasoning. It was hysterical.
Well, it's tough. Yeah, everyone's reaching for something when it's this tough.
He chose because of the women. I thought it was hysterical.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But anyway, this is tough for me. I love both artists dearly. God, I think I love the Rainbow stuff the best out of all of Dio's material. It just really connects with me.